Hello, this is Janet Hayward, and today we're going to cover just the introduction to online marketing. This is going to be very basic and just cover enough to get you started and help you to understand what you need to do, why you're doing it, and to give you a foundation so that you're building on it as you move along and advance your skills. Now, in this presentation, we're just going to cover these elements to define your audience, find your audience, connect to your audience, engage your audience, and sell to your audience. The first step in defining your audience is to determine your niche, okay? Your niche is the broader group of who your audience is so that you start defining a enclosed but larger group of here's who I want to appeal to. Now, many people are going to say, everybody is interested in what I have to sell. This may be true, but the fact is in marketing, it does not work to try to appeal to everybody. You want to appeal to a certain group of people. There's a saying, it says, speak to one, appeal to a million, okay? The fact is, if you speak to this one person, you are going to then be able to reach a million. But you want to hone what you're saying. And the fact is, when you write copy, okay, and in the marketing world, copywriting is not the C with a little circle around it protecting your property. Copywriting means writing the copy that you present. So in other words, if you create a funnel, if you create a blog, if you create a video, if you create an email, all of that is called copy. And copywriting is what you put in there, the strategies that you use for writing the content that you're presenting. So you want to get a larger niche. And in this case, as you see, I've got professional women between the ages of 45 and 60 who earn at least $100,000 a year and seek personal growth. Now, I chose this audience because $100,000 a year, I figured then they can afford my product. 45 to 60, because that's in my age range. That is going to be the easiest language for me to speak in, okay? Every group of person does have their own way of talking, and so you want to be able to use words and phrases that connect with your audience. I'm going to be able to do that more naturally to this age group because I am in that age group, okay? And professional women, because I want people who are a certain education level, because that also is a group of people I'm going to be able to speak to more easily and have more in common with. Now, then you want to hone this audience down to a specific person. And this is what we call an avatar. So an avatar is not the blue people in the movie. An avatar is a personal representation of your customer. So you choose, who is my ideal customer? Who do I want to speak to? Okay? And then you determine, is it male, female, or is it a couple? You know, do they have children? If they have children, how old are those children? Are they single? Are they married? Are they divorced? What ages are their children? What age is this person? What kind of movies do they like to watch? What kind of books do they like to read? Do they read books or do they listen to podcasts? What kind of podcasts do they like to listen to? What do they like to look at on social media? What kind of searches do they do on the computer? Where do they live? These are the kinds of questions you're going to ask and answer for yourself so that you start making this very personal. And then you're going to actually have a name for this person. Okay, what I did is I had two favorite people that people that were my ideal customers. One was named Helen and one was named Andrea. I took the letters of their first name, put them together, and came up with Leah Randier. And then I went ahead and went on to the search bar, did a web search on the name Leah, and clicked on images, and it pulled up all kinds of images for Leah. And then I looked through those and I found one that really was a representation of my ideal customer. I printed that picture out. I've got it up on my wall. I have Leah Randier written above it. Every time I write copy, I am looking at that and I am writing to this person. What happens with that is it starts making it very personal, because the language that I naturally choose is going to be specifically honed to a person. It's going to be like I'm writing a letter to this person. When I do a video, it is like I am talking to you, because I am talking to a specific person whenever I write copy or I do a video. The other thing you want to start asking about your avatar is what kinds of problems do they have, questions do they ask, and roadblocks that they have. Now, where you can go to find these answers is you can go on the web. So you can type in your general area of the product or service that you're offering, and you can see what kinds of things come up. You can go to websites of people who are selling similar products, and you can go in and you can find out what kinds of things are they talking about, what problems, questions, and roadblocks are they addressing. You can go into Quora, Quora, and you can type in your general thing and you can find out what kinds of questions people are asking. You can go into those questions and find out what kinds of answers people are giving, so that you can get a real feel for how your avatar is feeling, their uncertainties, their concerns, their pain points, basically. Now, the results is going to be your product. The results that your avatar wants is going to be the product that you're selling. So you're going to see, how does my product benefit my avatar by addressing their problems, questions, and roadblocks. And now you're going to be able to write copy that writes about a pain point and writes about your solution, so that you can show them, here's how I can benefit you. Now, how do you find your audience? Very simple. This is a presentation about social media marketing. So it's going to be in social media. And that's where you can find your audience and the people that are looking for your services. Now, there are many, many different social medias, and different ones appeal to different people and to different age groups. I highly recommend you only choose one to start with. It is time consumptive, or you do need to spend time to build relationships on social media. And so you don't want to be spreading yourself too thin. Once you learn and get a rhythm with your particular social media, that's going to carry over into the others. And once you've got one set up and you're really rocking and rolling with that, then you can add another one and add another one. You can start using the copy from one and put it into the other. So you can develop relationships on many different social media platforms, and you can also hire people that can take it over for you once you start earning money and can start paying people to do some of these things. I am most familiar with Facebook, okay? So there's a Facebook free strategy and a Facebook paid strategy. Now, the Facebook free strategy, you can use your personal page, okay? And this is a place that you can really develop relationships with, because the Facebook personal page is where people tend to communicate with each other. Now, on Facebook personal page, you can only have 5,000 friends, so you are limited in how many people that you will be able to interact with. Now, some people don't want to combine their friends and their business, okay? If you want to use the free strategy, you can create lists, so you have your Facebook friends and family, or friends, family, and then your people who are interested in your business. If you want to divide it into 5 lists, that's fine too. You can have multiple lists. Then when you make a post that is specifically aimed at a particular group, you can tell it to only post to those people. Or you can post to everybody on your list, okay? Now, Facebook is free in dollars, but it will take time because you are building relationships, and building relationships takes time. Now, on your personal page, I recommend that you post at least once a day, okay? And I also recommend you not post more than 4 times a day. You don't want to get too many posts on a daily basis, because then what happens is people will only respond to 1 or 2 of them, and so the logarithm is going to affect you negatively because it appears that you're not getting much engagement in your posts. So you want to go ahead, and I think 1 or 2, then people are going to tend to engage in your posts. You want to vary your posts, okay? You want to have inspiration, motivation, something personal, something going on in your life, a meal you ate, something like that, okay? And then you want to have maybe a funny post. 1 out of 10 posts, you can make a business post. Now, in this business post, it is not going to be buy my stuff. It's going to be what's called a curiosity post. So you will post something on the topic that your product or service address, and then you can say, does this interest you? Say yes. And people can go ahead and say yes below. You can then respond to that, and then you can also private message and just start developing a conversation with them, and then gently move into offering what it is that you have to offer. But don't just start messaging people saying, buy my stuff, or I've got this stuff, are you interested? You will drive people away. So remember, it's all about connection. So when you have a post and people comment on your post, you want to make sure to reply to each and every one of the comments, because that is, one, going to boost up the appearance of engagement, because all Facebook knows is this many comments were made on that post. It's also going to connect you to the person that commented. It's going to show them that you care about what they said. It can be as simple just hello or thank you. Now, one of my friends who does social media for a living, she takes over people's social media platforms for them and does their posting and handles that. She did suggest to me that when you make a comment, have it be at least 4 words. For some reason, that 4-word mark helps trigger that logarithm, okay? So I just want to pass that out there. If you can, make it 4 words. Do. It will only help you. The other thing you want to do is anybody who has commented on your post, you want to comment on their page also, okay? So what you can do is people who have commented on your post, you can right-click on their little picture or their name. You will get, it'll come up, do you want to open this link in another tab? And that way you can pull up all or at least several of the people who have commented on your post, and then go through those tabs, search their Facebook page, find a post that you can connect with and you can authentically comment on that post, close that out, go to the next one. And that is a way that you can go ahead and efficiently comment on other people's Facebook posts, because remember, this is about relationships. It is about reciprocity. So if you're only getting, 10, 15 comments, you can handle that. If you get, thank goodness, you've got like 112 comments, okay, it's going to be harder to comment on everybody's, so you can pick a certain number that you're going to do, and then the next day try to address some of the other pages, so that, you're rotating through these people who are commenting on your posts on a regular basis at least. You can also, if they say you did a curiosity post and or you talked about a topic and somebody says, wow, you know, I really relate to that. I'm having a really hard time with it. And let's say this is exactly what you sell. This is a service that you offer. You can just comment and say, you know, I totally understand. You know, let's have a chat. And then go into their messenger and you can start a chat with them. Now, don't try to sell your product immediately. Develop a relationship in that chat. Try to get to know them. Find out what their problems are. Find out what's going on and all of that. And that way, too, when it comes time to sell your product, you can show them, oh, this is how this would benefit you. You know, you might want to do this, and you can then introduce your product. Facebook page, you must have a business page, also known as a fan page, okay? Now, you have to have a personal page to have a fan page, to have a business page. It is in the business page that you can then have a marketing account, and you can start having what's called paid posts. And you see those all the time in your personal feed where people, you know, it says sponsored. That's what that's all about. Those are paid posts. And you can have those be just a small amount. You can build up to a higher budget. I always recommend when you start out with paid posts, you start out with a small amount and wait to see if that gets any traction so that you can hone in your marketing. Okay, one thing about paid posts is the nice thing in Facebook, they collect a lot of data about people. So you can really hone in your market as to who you want these posts to go out to. What kinds of criteria do you want these people to have? So you can help narrow that down. Remember, on your business page, again, it's not just sell, sell, sell. You want to offer value. So you give inspiration, you give motivation, you can tell your own story, you can again, just give them things that are of value and entertain them, okay? The same rule applies for a business. If you want to put a business post on there that you're not actually having be a paid post, you still want to do only 1 in every 10 posts should be a business post. The other thing, either on your personal page or your business page, do not put a link in your post. Facebook does not tend to distribute those well. If you've got something, say you've created a curiosity post and you're saying, well, I've just launched this new course and it's on this topic and it benefits people with this way, you know, if you're interested and want to check it out, look at the link in the comments, and then you post your link in your comments, not in your post. And I think you can also, when you first do your business page, you can have a likes campaign. And this can be a very low amount that you have. It's a paid post, okay? But the whole purpose is to get likes. You hone the audience so that you're specifically appealing to people who would potentially be interested in your product. You don't want just anybody. You want the people who will be interested in what you have to say and what you have to offer. And have this like campaign, and it can be just a trickle campaign, something that is a low amount of money and that just is getting people to like your page, because again, that boosts it, helps to promote credibility if you have more likes. Again, you can ask your friends to like your page. As I mentioned earlier, please send them a message and let them know why. I believe I mentioned it earlier, but you want to send them a message and let them know why you invited them to your page. Just don't invite people to like your page, okay? Now, to connect to your audience, one way is with funnels, okay? Funnels are those things that you click on, it pulls up and it gets your name and email address so people put you on the email list. You really want to start an email list, because if your social media platform goes down for any reason, or for whatever reason, Facebook or whatever decides that something you're doing doesn't follow their rules and they close your account, if you only have the social media, you have totally lost your whole audience. You want to filter that audience into an email campaign, and it is through funnels that you do this. One of the simplest one is an opt-in funnel. And basically you're just having them opt into your email list. And the best way to get that is what we call a lead magnet. And a lead magnet is a free item that you are offering people to entice them to give you their email address, okay? In exchange for this free PDF or this free blueprint, I would like your email address. And you then get their email address and they go onto your email list. You can also do sales funnels, and this is where you specifically sell your product. Or you might do an opt-in that has a page following with the thank you page that offers a product. So you can blend all these together. As you're building your email list, I would initially start out with just an opt-in funnel, a free lead magnet, and opt-in funnel. Okay, and then we have, here's your basic funnel. Okay, it just is a headline up above. You're going to have a little video or PowerPoint or something that tells them what the prize is, or the lead magnet basically, and why this is of value to them. So a short little video. On the other side, again, you're going to tell them in words why this lead magnet is of value to them. Have the call to action button where they click on it, the pop-up comes in, they put in their name and email address, it goes off, and they get their lead magnet. Now, the email marketing is very important. One, you can build this list to as many as you want. You totally own this list, okay? This is yours, and you get to talk to people. Through your emails, you are developing a relationship with people. Now, different people say different things about frequency. People say you still should send out one a day, okay? I personally think that that's getting to be too many because people's inboxes are getting too full. And some people have even done twice a day, but again, I think that's too many. You do want to send out at least once a week. And I would recommend 2 to 3 times a week, or going ahead and every day, but you want to do at least 3 times a week is a good number to reach people. And in these emails, you don't want to just say, buy my stuff, okay? I signed up for Motley Fools, paid $97 for the year of newsletters, and they sent me at least an email a day, but their emails were not of value. Their emails were primarily, buy our stuff, buy our stuff, buy our stuff. We have this program. It's $2,000, it's $3,000, it's $500. Hey, have you paid attention? Remember this And I, quite frankly, got very tired of it, and I unsubscribed to them, and this was a product. Motley Fools does know a lot about stocks, and I wanted information about this, but their email campaign, in my opinion, was terrible. And so I unsubscribed to it because it was sell, 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 buy, 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 and I found that very offensive. Do not offend your audience. Always offer them something of value. Okay, give them something that is helpful to them in their emails. They don't have to be long. In fact, a short email can be nice for people because they might be inclined to go in and read it because they're going to have this short thing that's going to be of value. So you can write a little something that is of value, and then you can go ahead and say, also remember, or then sell your product and have a link in there, or every other email you might offer your product. You have a pattern, but always, always offer your audience value. You are building a relationship, okay? And you have people that are a cold audience, a warm audience, and a hot audience. Now, the hot audience are people who have already bought your products, and so you can sell other things as you grow and you advance the things that you are offering. You can now sell to your hot audience because they've already bought from you. They like you. They have a relationship with you. They're more inclined to purchase from you future products. Your warm audience has already gotten to like you, and you can start marketing that, and they're going to tend to buy from you. So you increase the odds of a purchase with your email marketing. Now, the helpful tools that you need is one, an autoresponder. An autoresponder is where you can plug in the system for sending out emails. If you had to hand send these emails out, you would be so consumed with that, you wouldn't have time with anything else. An autoresponder is a software program online that will, when the lead magnet gives you the email address, it dumps it into your email list, where you now have a series of emails that go out, and they're set up for specific times of day or frequency. So the first one with a lead magnet would go out immediately, so somebody can get their lead magnet within 10-15 minutes. Then the next one might go out the next day. Then you might not have one go out for 2 or 3 days. And then another one a couple days later, so that they're getting these constant flow of emails. You only have to write them once. It's sort of set it and forget it. You're able to build a relationship with these people without having to be writing all of these emails. You write them once and they just flow through it. Now, an autoresponder will have a basic landing page sales funnel, but it's going to be very basic. So you do want to get a sales funnel program. And as you can see, those run between $15 and $297 a month. As up above, it says the autoresponders will be free to $299 a month. Now, the free ones will only allow you anywhere from 100 to 1,000 email addresses before you have to start paying money. So the free ones are very limited. And the autoresponders, you also want to make sure that you've got a product that is effective, because if it's time to pay for it and you say, well, they were good free, but because they gave me 1,000 email addresses, but I don't really like them that much and I don't want to stay. You've got to transfer all 1,000 email addresses to the new autoresponder and transfer all those emails that you have written. So the more you can choose in the beginning the program that you like, the better off for you. The Sales Funnel Builders allows you to build funnels. Now, as I said, the autoresponder will have a simple one, but you're going to want to go beyond that, okay? You are going to want to, as you move along, have sales funnels with multiple pages. So you'll have your opt-in funnel, and then you might have a thank you page that offers a product, and then you might even go ahead and an upsell beyond that. So you want to have something that's going to grow with you, which is beyond the autoresponder. Now, my favorite tool is one that does all of the above plus more, okay? If you see yourself as needing an autoresponder now and a sales funnels, and then you see yourself having membership sites later where people join your group and they pay a monthly fee, then you're going to want a funnel that brings those people in. Or say you're going to have webinars and training. You want to have a sales funnel that will do that and be able to take the payment. So my favorite one is one that I use that is free to $69.90 a month. Okay, so anyhow, there you go, and I thank you all for joining, and I just say, remember, you've got this. If you're new to this, it can be whelming. If you've already done some of it, you see how it does start to flow and you move along. Okay, and if this was of value to you, please let me know. If there's a topic that you would like to talk about, please let me know. Okay, so thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.